Welcome back to WealthWise Headquarters. I'm your host, Kent, and I'm so glad you're here. If you've been following the show, you know that wealth isn't just about money. It's about your knowledge, your relationships, and your health, and the mindset that ties them all together. Today, we're going to dive into a quote that's inspired countless innovators and dreamers. That quote is by Steve Jobs, and this is the quote. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. All right. So I'm going to unpack this and see what it really means. All right. And how this kind of productive madness could change your world too. Well, when Steve Jobs said this, he wasn't talking about being reckless. He was talking about belief that borders on insanity. The kind that ignores limits, criticism, and the word impossible. Think about it. Every major breakthrough in history came from someone others called crazy. The Wright brothers were told humans would never fly. Thomas Edison was told he failed 1,000 times. Elon Musk was told reusable rockets were science fiction. But here's the truth. You can't change the world while staying inside its rules. You have to dream, imagine, and take risk of being misunderstood. Jobs and his team at Apple weren't attempting to make just another computer. They wanted to put a dent in the universe, and they did, because they believed deeply in something no one else could see. What is the difference between dreamers and doers? Well, dreamers, or actually dreaming, is when it starts, but it's not where it ends. Jobs once said, ideas are worth nothing unless executed. Dreamers without action are just wishful thinkers. But dreamers who do, who build, fail, and keep going, become the game changers and the game makers. Well, let me tell you a quick story, all right? When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company was literally 90 days away from bankruptcy. Investors wanted him to play it safe. But instead, he doubled down on the innovation, canceled almost all projects, and he focused on a few bold ones and told his team, we're going to build something insanely great. Within a few years came the iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. Apple didn't just bounce back, it changed the world. That's the power of pairing a great dream with relentless action. Every person listening right now has a dream that feels a little too big. Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it's writing your own book or creating something the world hasn't seen yet. And maybe the people around you don't understand. They say things like, that's unrealistic. Why not just stick with what's safe? Don't get your hopes up. We've all heard that, haven't we? But here's the thing. The people who change the world don't wait for approval. They create their own permission slip. Being crazy enough means daring to be misunderstood. It means pushing past the fears of failure long enough to find what's possible. Jobs once said, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. That wisdom for anyone is someone on a mission. Let's look at another example. Someone who wasn't famous at first. Sara Blakely. We know her as the founder of Spanx. She started off with $5,000 in savings, cutting the feet off of pantyhose to solve a simple wardrobe problem for women. Every manufacturer turned her down. Everyone said it was silly, But here's the thing. She believed in her idea with the same crazy enough mindset. She kept calling, kept learning, kept improving. And today, Spanx is worth over $1 billion. And Sara became the youngest self-made female billionaire in America. That's not luck. That's courage plus consistency. So how do we turn crazy into strategy? All right. And here's what we can learn from these stories. All right. I'm going to give you 5 simple things from this. So get your pen and your paper and we're going to write it down. Number 1, start with a vision that excites you. If it doesn't scare you a little, it's not big enough. 2, ignore the noise. Don't waste time defending your dreams to people who can't see it. 3, take action, even imperfect action, because progress beats perfection every time, and I can tell you that. 4, redefine failure. Every backup is data. Even no gets you closer to yes. 5, surround yourself with believers. Find people who fuel your fire, not those who pour water on it. The world doesn't need more critics. It needs more creators. Now, when I first started WealthWise headquarters, I had plenty of doubts. Who would listen to this? Would anybody listen to it? Would the message connect? But I realized if the goal is to help even one person dream bigger, it's worth doing. That's how change begins. Not with crowds, but with one crazy person enough to start. So maybe the real question is what's your crazy idea? What's the dream you've been sitting on because you're waiting for the perfect time or someone else's approval? Stop waiting. Start creating. That's what Jobs meant. Remember, the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Every great innovation starts with one spark, one person who dared to think differently. So go ahead, be bold, be crazy, be you. Because the world doesn't change by accident. It changes when ordinary people decide to do extraordinary things. So what can we reflect on this, and what questions would help you as a listener? So I've written these 3 things down. 1, what dream or idea have you been too afraid to start pursuing? 2, who or what have you allowed to hold you back from taking that first step? 3, what's one small action you can take today towards making that dream real? Think about that. Put it in the comments below. Let us know what, your dream is, or what's been holding you back, or that one small action you can do today that's going to make the difference. All right? Well, I'm super excited. And thank you for tuning in to WealthWise Headquarters. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And you can find more quotes, more episodes, and written reflection at hqwealthwise.com. And until next time, keep dreaming, keep building, and stay wealth wise. And like I like to leave you, keep smiling because you never know whose world you're going to change. Go out there and be the rock star that you are. Have an amazing day.